No, your kid can't borrow that much to pay for college. It's not the same as when you and I went to college a long time ago. Those things I've had to say a couple times this past week to several families I met with. And they were asking the general question about different ways that their kid can borrow for college, especially one common thing that I hear from parents is, well, I'm willing to pay for X, but if my kid wants to go to a place that costs more than that, they're going to have to borrow, right? It's not an unreasonable train of thought, meaning it makes some logic sense. And, I'm a firm believer in making sure that the student has a stake in the game. Except in reality, it doesn't work. So decades and decades ago, when you went to college, right? College wasn't that expensive, so you could maybe borrow a little bit, put together like a part-time job, and maybe get a scholarship, and you string the couple of those things together, you can pay for college. Right? It doesn't work that way anymore. So as a student, if you fill out the FAFSA, the student themselves can borrow a small amount from the federal government. For example, freshman year, they're limited to $5,500. But any other borrowing that needs to take place is going to be on the parents. So whether that's a Parent Plus loan or a co-signed private loan, the parents are going to have to be involved or their kid's basically not going to school. Yes, the kid can try and get scholarships and stuff like that, yeah, all that can happen, but the reality is if they're going to have to borrow, the parents are going to have to get involved. Which means this now significantly or can significantly impact the parents' finances. So whether that's, taking up more cash flow, right, because there's going to have to be a payment eventually, or delaying retirement because, they may have money saved for retirement, but now, some of it's got to go to be paying off the loan. Or it could impact their ability to refinance their mortgage because Parent Plus loans or even co-signed private loans, they do show up on the parent's credit report. And debt to income is a factor in being able to get a car loan, mortgage, et cetera, et cetera. So parents cannot just wash their hands of it and just say, well, if my kid wants to go there and it's more expensive, it's just on them. Not the way it works. But I will say this. Right? There can be a strategy to all of this. And so sometimes it actually makes sense to intentionally borrow because after all, loans are a bridge of time. So you can borrow to bridge time so that something better can happen. That's a strategy. There's a lot to think about beyond just looking at the interest rate or trying to have your kid borrow as much as possible. Now, there is one alternative for the student themselves, but this does not apply to every college. It can be just as costly as loans, all right? And that is something called an income share agreement or ISA. So basically, it works like this. The third-party company that provides the agreement between the student, this company, and the college. The company pays the college for the student's education. In return, the student, upon graduating, agrees to pay a percentage of their income for X number of years or until X dollar amount has been paid back. Now, some people have likened it to indentured servitude or slavery. That is not the case. In fact, I actually love these ISAs because I think that conceptually they make a lot of sense, right? After all, you go to college to learn, so hopefully you can get a job to make more money. Right? So it's almost like the company is investing in the student, much like we, through our 401ks where we invest in companies in the stock market in hopes that the company can make more money so that us as the stockholder can reap the benefits of that. So it's basically like selling stock in your kid. All right. It's actually not a bad idea, but not every school accepts these. It's not available everywhere. And how much they have to pay back can sometimes be more than if you had just done the loan. So it's good to shop around, but that's really the only option where you can truly put all of it on the kid and the parents don't get involved other than filling out the FAFSA. But like I said, it's not available everywhere. It's not as common an option these days, but it does come up once in a blue moon. But the bottom line is this. No, your student cannot borrow that extra money to pay for a more expensive college. And parents have to be involved. It does not work like it used to decades ago. Everyone, I hope this was helpful. As always, stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you next time.